So the format for this is a little bit different because I kind of pulled these from a couple different places. So I don't have the like consensus from everybody.
Well, everybody's usually wrong anyways.
Yeah, like their opinions are irrelevant to us. So, Crystal, I don't know if you have seen our previous Am I the Asshole post, but what I will do is I'm going to read the headline. We're going to give our initial thoughts of asshole, not the asshole, everybody sucks, or no assholes here, or I need more information. And then I'll read the story, and then we will all kind of discuss it and give our opinions again. And like I said, I don't know what the internet said for most of these. So this first one is not an Am I the Asshole, but I thought it fits. So this came from Today I Fucked Up. It says, Today I Fucked Up. I think it says, Today I fucked up by wearing a shawl, which ruined my relationship with my girlfriend.
A shawl?
A shawl.
Yeah. Like the shawl that you put on?
So there was a picture attached to this, and I don't have it, but it essentially was just, it's basically just a poncho with a hood. Like,
or something? Like, or they wore?
Yeah. So like this guy bought a shawl, and it apparently ruined his relationship with his girlfriend. So it says, minor background. I'm a pretty affectionate and at times effeminate person. I'm 6'2" and have a pretty tough guy background. I was in special forces a while ago. My roommates all served as well. I sit on my friends' laps and blow kisses to them. I'm not gay. I'm just me. So while I was in a shop with a roommate a few weeks ago, he saw these really cool shawls, and we both couldn't get them out of our heads. He returned last week to buy them, and now we have these shawls. Mine makes me look like a Star Wars character, and his looks like outlaw Josie Wales. These are seriously awesome shawls. The first night we wore them, everybody at the dive bar we went to, all dudes, thought they were awesome. Then this girl and her friend arrived on invite from Shawl Bro, and they're seriously turned off by our sweet shawls, acting weird, acting weird about them and making comments. So I get a call from my girlfriend. She's tired. She wants a hand on my place. So I bid the mean girls and Shawl Bro adieu, and I head home. I'm still wearing the shawl when my girlfriend arrives, and she's also pretty taken aback. She won't even kiss me until I take it off. We do the deed and go to sleep. The next morning, she starts asking me if I'm gay, and she's being really serious and aggressive about it. I tell her I'm not, and that if I was, I definitely know by now. And she counters with the major evidence that I own a shawl. And she needs to think about what kind of man she wants. Then she doesn't contact me for days. So yesterday, I invited her out. She's stumbling over words and talking about how she likes tough guys and grew up in the South and needs to get used to being in the big city. Eventually, I just tell her very politely to get fucked because I'm pretty insulted by this point. On the way back now,
I don't blame him.
Yeah.
Let him wear his damn shawl. God.
It makes him happy, you know? Something makes me feel good. I'm going to wear it.
I mean, he could be some total asshole that beats her or something. Like, let him wear a shawl. It's not that big of a deal.
So it says, on the way back, now that I'm not directly in front of her, get a long apologetic text. But the gist of it is that, yeah, she's just not that into me anymore because I wore a shawl. Later on, I tell Shawl Bro about this, and he also had a blowout with the girl that he was seeing over his shawl the same night. We're both going to keep wearing the shawls. They're warm.
Shawls before host.
And I read this, and I saw the pictures. I was like, he looks fucking incredible, and that shawl looks cozy as hell. Like, I can't imagine.
Yeah.
Like, and I just think about it. I'm like, I have literally seen A-list actors, like men. Like, I saw Harry Styles, and I can't remember the other one, but like, there was the one dude, and he wore that like gorgeous ball gown, and it was like black, and it was absolutely stunning. But like, I saw those, and I didn't think any less of them as men. I literally thought they look incredible. I wish I looked that good in that same dress.
Hey, if you rock it, and if you like it, it makes you feel good, wear it. I don't want my
it's not like it's. Yeah, it's not like it's cargo shorts. Like, come on.
And hey, maybe if she tried it on, she would want to borrow it.
Right? I was like,
right?
What? I can't imagine. And like, a shawl is not a particularly feminine piece of clothing.
No, maybe if like it's lace with gemstones on it or glitter, okay. But
no, it was literally like just a poncho with a hood in like, and it had like stripes, and it was just like dark blue and gray. It was like, how?
She doesn't play Red Dead
No.
Well,
because
I
they
have-
wear shawls all the time on there. The men do.
maybe
Yeah,
he's
but
just
that's
back.
What
Yeah,
were
I
you
thought
gonna
that
say,
one-
Crystal?
I was gonna say if I had a partner, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't give a shit.
no.
Or what makes you feel good?
I'd be like, but did you buy me one as well when you thought these shawls were awesome? Like, come on.
Yeah, why didn't you get me one? I like awesome things.
Right?
So I'm kind of bummed that we don't get the male perspective on this. So if you want to call Anthony over for this one, like, but it says, am I the asshole for putting dog's wee wee pads on the bathroom floor because
Oh.
my boyfriend has bad aim and keeps missing the toilet?
No, that's actually a good idea.
It is.
Right?
I might do that.
I need to-
Resourceful.
My 2 boys at home.
Yeah, I've got a 5-year-old boy. I might do that.
Yeah. But I saw this and I was like, no, that's so smart. Like, why would you not? So I read it. It says, my 30 male boyfriend and I, a 28 female, have been together about a year. And when the city implemented lockdown for the virus, he decided to quarantine with me at my apartment since I live alone in a nicer apartment and he has several roommates. Mostly has been going well, and thankfully we still both have jobs. In the first few weeks, I started noticing the bathroom floor was suddenly always wet around the toilet. The sink is across the room, so it's unlikely it's from that. At first, I thought it might just be water, but soon realized it was definitely pee. I asked my boyfriend about it nicely, and he apologized and said sometimes he has bad aim. I asked him to try harder, and he said
And
sure.
sit.
The floor continued to be frequently spattered with piss, and a few weeks later, I confronted him about it again because I think it's pretty gross to step in his pee several times a week, and it seems like an easy thing to fix. If he misses the toilet, I think the least he can do is make sure to wipe it up with toilet paper or Clorox wipe. The cleaning supplies are even kept in the bathroom. He said sure again, and that he was sorry, and he tried to remember to do that. Another week has passed, and while maybe he's doing this sometimes, I continue to step in splatters of pee and am wiping off the floor several times a week. I thought about asking him to just pee in the bathtub or something instead, because I don't understand how you can pee on the floor by accident so often and not notice or clean it up. Last night, I got up to use the bathroom in the middle of the night and absolutely stepped in piss for the umpteenth time. I had it, and I didn't want to pick a fight, so I asked him again since it seems clear that he can't or won't change. So I got a puppy pad from before my puppy was housebroken, cut it up, and taped it down to make a skirt around the floor near the toilet to absorb the pee. My boyfriend saw it this morning and was furious with me, saying that I'm calling him a dog, comparing him to an animal, etc. Honestly,
Well, quit pissing in the floor.
right? So honestly, I was not thinking that at all. I was just trying to be resourceful and solve a problem myself since I don't like piss on my bathroom floor and stepping in it, and I'm tired of arguing about it. Putting an item made to absorb pee in the area he keeps peeing on by accident seemed like a practical solution. Am I the asshole?
No,
Not at all.
he's being a
I
whiny
think
little bitch about it. Either sit and piss if you can't
And
aim it in there, or deal with the puppy pad.
he's inconsiderate.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to get up in the middle of the night and step in pee or
Mm-mm.
sit in pee that's all over the toilet. It's disgusting.
It makes me curious too, like, because it says he lives with roommates. How much pee is on the bathroom floor of his apartment?
Ugh.
See, and that'll
Like,
sit in the grout and start smelling in the house. Like it's, no.
and it was one of those
I've got
things too.
friends all the time.
That's what I've been battling with saying.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No matter
I mean,
how
that
much I
makes
clean, I feel like
small
when
child.
I use the kids' bathroom, I can still smell pee.
All right. I don't know if we were done with that one, but it's fine. I'm moving on.
Well, I agree that she is not the asshole. So.
No,
Yeah.
she's definitely not the asshole. Like,
Well, God.
I understand that maybe, like, especially at night, if they can't see, they might miss, but just sit on the toilet. Like
And she-
most other countries, men just sit on the toilet. Like they don't.
She even said too, she's like, could he pee in the bathtub? Like it's a wider space.
Right.
And I thought too, I was like, well, they make those rugs for like around the toilet. But then I went,
But then that's
no,
gonna
because
smell.
that's disgusting. Like
Just
the puppy
collecting
pads
the pee.
are the best way. Okay. Am I the asshole for deciding to change my name when I get married, despite my father telling me not to? I'm a 28-year-old male.
No, it's
I
your
think it's his
name.
choice. Yeah, it's his name. Do what he wants.
Yeah, this one, the story for this one's super cool, which is why I picked it. So it says, I'm a 28-year-old male. My female is 27. My fiance is a 27-year-old female. Yeah.
My female that I
My
own.
female. Yeah. We bought a house that was built in the late 14th century last year. The house is our dream. It's big, old, definitely haunted 300 times over. It comes with a ton of property and even more history. There are windows on the outside that don't seem to match up with any rooms, so we know there are more areas of the house that we need to find. I could talk about this
Go
house.
there.
Yeah, me too. So it says I could talk about this house for hours. My fiance and I have sunk our entire lives into this house. All of our money went into the purchase and restoration of it. Luckily, my fiance's job involves historical restoration, so we have a good foot in the door. But even so, every free moment that we have is put into this house, fixing things, modernizing things, and just in general trying to explore the entire house and grounds. We're getting married next summer at the house. And my future wife and I have been talking a lot about the whole last name thing. She said that she's never felt 100% comfortable with taking the husband's name. And I said that I didn't care at all if she chose not to. Then she brought up an interesting idea. She suggested that we both change our last names to the name of the house. We both know that the amount of money, time, labor, and love that we're putting into this home, we want to be a legacy home to pass on to our children if they want it. So we know that we'll be living here at least until we die and hopefully long after. I love the idea of us both changing our names to the house's name. I'm not going to put it here because a quick search will tell you exactly where I live. But let's just say, for an example, it'd be something like Andersall Manor. So it works as a last name as well. Her and I both agreed to this, but when it came time to tell my family my plans, my father got upset since this means the family name on our side will end with him. Since I'm his only son, it's not like our name is particularly unique, and there are some distant male cousins that I'm sure some of them will have children, so it's not like the name will be gone forever. I'm not entirely sure why he's getting upset over this, since he's never been much of a family lineage guy up until now. My mom says that I'm being an asshole and says I'm causing problems for no reason, and she thinks that my fiance and I should both keep our names, with the implication that our kids will take my last name. Am I the asshole?
No, I don't think he's an asshole. Maybe he should also consider hyphenating. That's another option. I don't know if that's even in there, if they've considered it, but that's an option, is hyphenating. But no, he's a grown adult, and if he wants to change his name to whatever,
who cares? It's just a name.
That's what I thought. I was like, nobody really cares about like the names and the lineage like they used to. And also like all of the names came from nothing. Like they're all made up.
Yeah.
And I know like other countries and other cultures, the last names get so weird because they're like a combination of the names. Like, I want to say it's Indian cultures. Like you take like part of each last name and then you combine it with another something, and it makes your last name. And like it's one of those things. Like, why does the family lineage matter? Like, is your name that important as opposed to naming it after a definitely haunted manor?
Right? That's cool.
Yeah.
Plus, like naming yourself after your manor ensures that when you die, you will get to haunt it. Like,
and then it'll live on.
Don't make me laugh. It makes me cough.
This is the wrong episode for you to do sick.
I know.
Yeah, like I read this and I was like, oh my God, like changing your last name to the name of your house and having a house that has a name. I always wanted a house that came with a name.
I think it's kind of because it's historical. And then,
I want to know what house it is now.
Yeah, right. I know they won't tell us. I was hoping like that it was going to be like a B&B or something, that they were going to like let people be there. Cause it's such a big house. It seems like it's like, don't be selfish. Let us come stay there with the ghosts.
We want to get haunted.
Where you live.
Yeah, but they have a show like that. They had it. It was a British show called Ghosts, and then they just adapted it for U.S. audiences. But it's literally this exact story. They didn't change their name, but it was a couple. They bought a house. The woman has a fall out the window because the ghosts are trying to get them out, and now she can see the ghost because of a head injury. And so, like,
what is this you're talking about?
It's called Ghosts. It's a TV show.
Oh, okay.
A British TV show, right?
Well, it's British, but then they redid it for the US. So there's two
I want to
versions.
see it.
I
Yeah,
know
you should watch it and then do a quick talk on it.
the British one is on HBO Max. And the American one I want to say is on CBS. So the American one you won't be able to watch unless you have like the special subscription or you like have cable still, but nobody has cable. Am I the asshole for not telling my fiance where I go on Sundays?
For not telling who where he
Depends on what
goes.
kind of relationship they have.
Yeah, fiance. So this person is not telling their fiance where they go on Sundays.
Depends on
no,
their past. Like, has this person
Well-
cheated or something? You know, because then, yeah, that's an asshole thing to do. Does this person have drug issues or any other sort of addiction problems? That would be a reason you should tell them where you're going to be.
Yeah. Yeah, like I
No,
read this and I was like,
Depends
but
on their
also, like,
situation.
but my
Well, and I mean, if they continue to be shady about it, yeah, that's just going to raise more suspicions. Like, if it's not
Yeah.
a big deal, just be out with it. It's not a big deal. Talk about it.
see, and I have friends that are like this who are literally like, well, I don't want to tell you my entire schedule. And I'm like, I didn't think it was a big deal. Like, I'm not asking you so I can like stalk you. I'm asking you so
I'm
we
going to
can
need you to
make
write
plans.
every place you're going down for me.
Yeah. Like I
Yeah.
literally have a friend that's like, well, just because I'm not working doesn't mean I'm available. I'm like, and I didn't say that you are. But if I know that you're working during this time, it saves me a lot of headache. So I don't ask you if you're like available to hang out. And then you have to be like, no, I'm not. Like,
Yeah.
I don't need you to text me every time.
Not
you
a
go
big
to different
deal.
location. I
Yeah.
just want to make plans. So me, I'm
Yeah.
like, and I'm so open, and maybe it's because I'm too open where like I would be the person that would like text somebody. I'm like, all right, I'm leaving Target and I'm going to Chick-fil-A. Do you want anything from there either? So like, but that's just like, you know, do you want anything?
I don't
from
have
every
anything to
location I go
hide.
to?
Well, and the thing too is, is the fiance someone who is always in his business? Like, some people need privacy. I'm a very private person. I don't want someone always up in my business, knowing every detail of what I'm doing, who I'm with, that's annoying.
Yeah.
So it also depends on, is she that kind of female that she has
From the
whatsoever?
way it sounds to me, it sounds like every Sunday they spend doing something, going somewhere. And they're just like, no, I'm not telling you where I'm going every single Sunday.
I mean, maybe that's just the day that he goes and hangs with his friends, or maybe that's a day that he's
Sus.
got this secret kid, or he has another woman on the
Secret
Yeah. See, and like that's the thing. Like something
They're
that's
not-
like I go out and drink with the boys every like Saturday. It's like,
Yeah.
why can't you just tell me that? Like, why is it a big deal that like it has to be a secret? Like, I don't care, but like, I won't make plans with you if I know Saturdays you're drinking with the boys day. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Some people do need the privacy.
I guess, but like, there's some things where it just there's a weird line for me where like sometimes I just don't get it.
Right.
Where this is the same thing. It's like if I ask you like where you're going, because like if you're consistently going somewhere every Sunday, like just tell me like a general
Especially if like
thing.
they both work all week long and so they only have Saturday and Sunday off to do stuff. And
Yeah.
she's like, I never
I
get
think-
to make plans with you on Sunday. Like, why? What are you
Yeah,
doing?
like,
Like, I don't
what-
care that you're doing something, but
Yeah, it's like, hey, this event is only happening on Sundays. Like what's happening on Sundays, so like I can figure out if is it something that you can move. So this one says, super weird situation and I need judgment. I'm a 32-year-old man and I've been engaged to Amanda, who's a 34-year-old woman, for about a year. We've dated for 3 years. She has a 12-year-old daughter named Alexis. Me and Alexis have a good relationship. Me and Amanda and her ex all have a good relationship for the most part. I'm totally comfortable with my role. So Amanda and her ex and Alexis have this weird thing that they do. They all get together on Sundays and hang out, just the three of them. I guess it started as a family tradition when they got divorced. And when they got divorced, they kept it going. They make breakfast, they watch movies, and they just hang out all day together. I find it really weird, to be honest. I'm not insecure about it, but why would you want to spend one day a week with your ex? I said how weird I found it when we first started dating, but Amanda and Alexis both look forward to it weekly, so she never stopped it. So at first, I would just hang out in our room or in the basement all Sunday, but I got tired of being trapped in my own house, so I started leaving for the whole day. Amanda would never ask where I was going or anything, wouldn't even notice I was gone. So at first I was golfing or getting errands done or going to the bar. Then I reconnected with an old friend, Bella. Bella and me dated 5 years ago and have remained good friends since. She just broke up with her husband and moved to a new apartment. I told her one Sunday that I was just planning on going to the movies, and she instead invited me over. We smoked some weed, watched some movies, cooked, and just hung out. It was nice, and ever since it's become my weekly tradition. Whenever Sunday would come, I'd head over to Bella's and we'd just hang out all day. I didn't see the need to bring it up to Amanda where I was going. She never asked or even wondered where I was going every Sunday. So yesterday, Bella stopped by our house to drop off my phone charger because I left it at her place. Amanda asked why Bella had my phone charger, and I said that that's where I was on Sunday. She asked why I was there, and I told her that that was my Sunday hangout spot. She flipped out, saying how rude it was to not let her know that I was hanging out with an ex. I laughed and said,
She's hanging out with an ex.
I laughed and said, do you really not see the irony with that statement? She said that's different because she was forthcoming about her and her ex's relationship. And if I had an issue with it, then I should have said so. And I said that I already did bring it up. And she said that it was important to her daughter. Was I supposed to interfere with the highlight of her daughter's week in order to make myself feel better? No. I'll sneak out the back door and head over to my friend's house. And I didn't see why this was an issue at all. We trust each other and we're adults. Amanda doesn't want me over there anymore and said that she wants me to find another way to spend my Sundays. I said, I don't want your ex here on Sundays anymore if that's how we're playing this. Am I the asshole? And then there's an edit. So it says, some shit has already hit the fan with this whole situation. I put my foot down and said that I'm not being forced out of my house anymore and that they can do Sunday fun day at her ex's going forward. The reason I don't hang out with them on Sundays is that I was asked not to at first. Then I always felt awkward about the whole thing. At first I stayed away because I was asked. Then I felt like a fourth wheel, so I decided to stop trying. Bella helped because she had went through something similar with her significant other. So is this person the asshole?
I think that in the beginning, she pushed him away, excluded him when she could have included him.
Yeah.
Family thing for the daughter. Well, then he went and now he's having an emotional affair. So I think they're both wrong.
I don't even think that it would be an emotional affair. Like it literally just sounded like friends. Like I have exes that I just hang out with.
But
And
if
like,
keeping a secret when you know that they wouldn't like it, that's an emotional affair because you know they're talking about stuff, they're hanging out. That's an emotional affair. If you're keeping a secret and not sharing it, being open, forthright, open.
Oh,
lost you.
Oh, there
It
you go.
doesn't seem like he was keeping it like intentionally. Like it wasn't like
Because she never asked.
yeah, because she
that
didn't
thing.
ask. So it was one of those things where it was like it was omitted, yeah. But if he's a private person, like it was that thing that you said earlier of like I'm a private person, I don't need somebody in my business. So if she asked, like we don't know if he would have told her or not. So like
I'm with Crystal. I think that she pushed him away. Like in the beginning, if they all get along so well, and this is for the kid, you would want to include the new parent because that's another parent. And so you're supposed to be doing this fun day, family fun day as a family, and you're now part of that family. So why would you exclude him?
It's the whole day. It's not just a couple hours.
Right.
He literally said he's like, it's breakfast and movies and like it's the whole day and it's his house. So he's like, so I'm not allowed to be in rooms of my own house.
No, that's
And
not
like,
cool.
That's not fair. Like I thought that was
No,
actually
it should have just been the ex comes over and spends the day with them as a family.
Right.
Just spend the day with the kid.
yeah.
Mhm.
So like
Yeah.
in the like, am I the asshole for like telling my girlfriend that they have to do Sundays at the ex's house? I don't think he's the asshole in that. I do think he should have told about the ex-girlfriend though. Like while technically not an issue, I still think that's something that you should disclose. Like, hey, we did date. We dated 5 years ago. There's no feelings there. And also, like, who doesn't have 87 chargers? Why did she have to bring the charger? Like, I have a charger in every single room of my house.
That is her doing that on purpose.
Am I the asshole for not picking my kids up because my wife brought a dildo into the house? Yes, I'm so sorry, Lindsay. Compose yourself with the laughing and the coughing. This one will get you.
I need more info. This sounds good.
Yeah. So it says this is a throwaway account because I'm a 32-year-old male. My wife is a 29-year-old female, and we both frequent Reddit, and I don't want to be more in the doghouse than I am, which I read that and I was like, this is a very specific incident. She'll find it. So it says, my wife and I have been married for 7 years and have 2 children together who are boys, 4 and 2. On the 14th, my wife went out shopping and I assumed it was just a normal Christmas shopping since it's getting to be that time of year. She was gone several hours and the boys were at my mother's house for a few hours as she lives pretty close. I was planning to go pick them up around dinner time, so I was relaxing until then. I had the day off and my wife has been a stay-at-home mom since our oldest was born. When she got home from the mall, I asked what she got and walked over to look through the bags with her. In one of the bags, I saw a dildo, and I can't explain why, but it made me mad. I just didn't want that around my kids. I feel it
I
feels
can see not around the kids, but
Women
it's
don't
in a
do it.
bag.
and the kids aren't there. So she said it feels really inappropriate. And if they found it, what then? I told her that she had to take it back to the store, and she said they had a no return policy. I said it wasn't even open and to at least try, but she wouldn't.
For obvious reasons.
Yeah. So I put my foot down and told her that as long as that thing was in the house, our sons would be staying with their grandma. She thought I was kidding, but I said,
Oh my
I was
God.
serious.
That's
Yes.
ridiculous.
She said that she'd
Someone's very
leave.
insecure.
Yeah. She said that she'd leave to get them herself. And I said that if she did, I'd throw it away while she was gone. Then my wife said she wasn't speaking to me until I go get the boys, and she told me to grow up, and now she's giving me the cold shoulder. I think she's the one who has to grow up if she thinks it's appropriate to have a dildo with kids around. I'm firm on it. My mother my mother agrees with me, and the kids have a room there, so they're doing fine. As somebody who has
Teach your kids not to go through your shit.
as somebody who has a literal box full of dildos, why is this even an issue? And they're 4 and 2. Even if they find it, you just take it away and tell them don't touch this.
Get a lock box to keep it in and put it at the top of the closet.
Hi. It's just a hand massager, ladies. That's what I thought my kids found it. Mommy's hands hurt from work.
I love too that he's like, I don't know why, but it really upset me. We all know why. You're very insecure.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes, that's what it is. Yes,
Absolutely
he's
what it is.
completely.
And
Sorry, sir. Go take a shower and relieve yourself.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was absolutely insane. I was like, why is that an issue? And then the fact my mother agrees with me that it's inappropriate to have a dildo.
It's inappropriate. You're talking to your mom about her dildo.
Yeah. And even still, it's
Better reimburse me for that.
yeah,
Yeah, they're not cheap.
No,
Yeah.
even the shit ones are not cheap.
Mm-mm.
Who literally says that? I'm like, you know what? Next time, just hide your dildo. Obviously, he doesn't satisfy you in bed. Because normally it's like, oh, you have a dildo. This will be so fun. All the people that are like, hey,
Yeah.
everyone, a dildo is not your competition. It's your friend.
Yeah. Let's play with it and have fun together.
Yeah.
And I imagine that's why she got it. Otherwise, she would have left that
She
one. in the
wouldn't
car.
have even showed him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So absolutely insane.
Yeah.
This one was another really crazy one. This one's actually a good one because we are all women. My partner, who is a male 28-year-old, broke up with me, who is a female 28-year-old, because I refused to promise to stay within a healthy BMI in the future.
Ridiculous.
I can't open this. How do I open this? I have nail clippers. I'm going to try.
Oh God. I think if you put it on the desk and you kind of push down, but it's a risk.
Yeah, you might scratch the corner, but hey.
Or spill it all over the floor.
Hold on. Let me go get something. I've got stuff in there. I just don't want to get up.
So it says, as the title suggests, my 5-year-long partner broke up with me because I refused to promise to do everything in my power to stay within the normal BMI as long as we stay together. I am in a healthy weight range right now. Don't have good genetics. He is generally acknowledging the fact that I would gain weight during pregnancies, but expects me to be back to normal BMI after. His rationale is that 1, he wouldn't be happy to have sex with someone overweight and so would never be happy with someone above a normal BMI. And 2, if I care about our relationship, I should be able to understand that slimness is important to him and should be able to prioritize my fitness above all other things, including my career. His expectation, for example, is that if I were to be offered a unique managerial opportunity, I would turn it down if taking it would mean that I no longer have time to exercise and fight my hypothetical extra weight. My point of view is that I cannot promise to stay within the normal weight/BMI because 1, life is so unpredictable. There are a million reasons why a woman who works 10 to 11 hours a day and plans to have kids may struggle to keep off extra weight. And 2, there are more important things and priorities in life than keeping a model physique. And keeping a model physique is not an end goal for me so much as something nice to have. I'm completely heartbroken because I genuinely thought that I would be with this person long term. We've already been trying to have kids, and I was super excited about that. Am I wrong for not giving my partner a promise which realistically I might not be able to keep, and that goes against my personal values at the expense of us breaking up?
No, I think he is shallow.
Yeah.
Prick.
I mean, if he really loved her, why is he already thinking about her gaining weight and how he would be unattracted to her?
Right? You're like,
so you're only
like
attracted to her physique. It has nothing to do with her as a person because
like,
bro, I hate to break it to you, but she's not going to look like that forever.
Especially because they do plan on having kids. And like, that was the thing is he's like, well, you know, I know that she'll gain weight during her pregnancies, but I expect her to bump right back down. It's like, okay, so especially,
you know,
yeah,
exactly. And like,
she might, but she might not.
She's working 10 to 11 hours a day. So like guaranteed she has a kid and goes back to work right away, especially. There's no way she would have time to jump back down.
That's just putting emotional stress on her too.
Yeah, which is going to make her hold more weight on.
Yeah.
Stress causes you to produce more cortisol, which makes you pack on more weight.
Exactly. Well, no, yeah. I think just a shallow. He's the asshole.
He's absolutely the asshole.
5 years together and trying to have a kid together, and he pulls that crap. Yeah. Like, who says that to a person they love and like we're planning to spend their life with? Like, if you can't promise me that you'll never go out
that to me, I'll be like, well, you know what? Bye.
And BMI has been disproven as a not scientific measure of like anything because it's literally just based off of height and weight. So it doesn't account for muscle mass or anything. It's literally just like, oh, well, you're 5'2", so you should only weigh this much. And it doesn't matter that like you're stick thin, like absolutely insane. I saw that and I was like, who does that?
An asshole.
Yeah, an asshole. So I hope that she realizes how much better off she is. And I hope that she like goes out and gets 12 pizzas and eats them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at her like the pizzas and be like, I'm beautiful. I'm
right? Like, my God. So speaking of food, am I the asshole for continuing to go to my ex-boyfriend's favorite restaurant after we broke up?
We've talked about this one before.
Have we?
Yep.
Korean barbecue place?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
I don't think so, but okay.
Yes, we have.
Well, this one's about the gym. Am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend that yes, the gym is more important to me than her and her daughter?
Ooh. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you are. I don't even need more context there.
You do need more context, but I still think he is a little bit of the asshole. So I am a 32-year-old male who has been dating my girlfriend, who is 29, for 18 months. She is the cutest little 4-year-old daughter from a previous relationship. As our relationship has progressed, I've been spending more and more time at my girlfriend's place to the point that I've all but moved
Jeremy.
Huh? Yeah. This is mostly just because it's logistically easier for me to go to her place since she has a kid and I don't. I work from 4:30 p.m. to 2:30 a.m. I go to bed at 4 a.m.
Jeremy.
It's Jeremy. That's who it is. I wake up around noon and then most days head off to the gym and spend about 2 hours there total. I like to
Not
work out. It makes me feel good, keeps me healthy. And I also consider it a professional responsibility to stay in shape. Working 10-hour shifts means that I don't have a ton of time in between shifts, but I also have more days off than most working people. This was never a problem until I basically moved in with my girlfriend. Suddenly, when I was awake, and I would try to head to the gym, she would go, "Oh, it's all about you, huh?" Or "You only care about what you need to do. My daughter doesn't understand why you are leaving and why you don't want to spend time with us." The last time things came to a head, when my girlfriend started objecting to my going to the gym, I told her, "I'll see you and your daughter for a little bit before I go off to work. And then tomorrow I'm off and I don't have a workout scheduled. So we'll have the whole day together. But I have to get my workout in today. That's a priority." Then she responded, "So the gym is a priority, but me and my daughter aren't. If you want to be part of this family, it's not all about you anymore. So what's more important to you, the gym or us?" I responded to, "Well, if you're going to force me to choose instead of making room for something that you know is important to me, then I guess I'll have to choose the gym." I then left. I'm sitting in my own apartment now. Things may be over. In fairness, I should note that she wasn't insisting that I never go to the gym again. She just wanted to renegotiate my schedule. But I was unwilling to because I felt that would get in the way of my goals. Am I the asshole?
Well, now that you've put it out there like that,
Yeah. As I said, these are tricky.
yeah, I don't know. Like he probably shouldn't have said that, but I mean, she shouldn't, like, if that's his goals and that's what he's working toward, like, I think he's doing a great job because he's actually sticking with it and doing it.
And it was super emotionally manipulative to be like, my
Yeah.
daughter doesn't understand why you're leaving. And it's like, that's
Just
your
tell her
responsibility
I'm going to
tell
the
her.
gym.
Yeah, like I'm coming back. Like,
Yeah, I'm not leaving forever.
They should have both been willing to sit down like adults and talk about it. This makes me feel this way. This is important to me. Okay, well, let's come up with a happy compromise.
I mean, to be honest though, if somebody had come up like at me like that, I also would have been unwilling to compromise because it's like, this was a thing that you knew I did. I'm still spending time with you. Like, I still need time to do the things that are important to me.
Yeah.
And the absolute disregard.
Yeah.
I would have been like, so she doesn't understand why I'm leaving. I mean, maybe she has issues, the daughter, from her dad not being there.
Yeah.
You know, from her dad leaving. So maybe she has like a fear he's not coming back. Of course, now he's not, but
Yeah.
But I mean,
congrats.
I would have been like, so she doesn't understand why I'm leaving. Okay, I will go talk to her and explain to her that I'm going to the gym. I will be back. It's not a big deal. I'll be back, you know, and then we can do stuff together.
And especially because she's 4, like, even if she's in like a daycare or something, like, in theory, if she sees him leave to go to the gym, she's there when he gets up at noon. So it's like, he leaves, but he comes back. And he even said, he's like, I will see her before I go to work. So it's like, why are you coming at me like this?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little aggressive. But then he overreacted too. I think they should just both be adults and sit down and talk and compromise.
Yeah.
That's what relationships are about.
Yeah, that would be the adult thing to do. Yeah, I thought that I read that and I was like immediately like, yeah, he's asking. I read it and I was like,
both a little bit of the asshole.
Huh?
I'd say they're both a little bit of the asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely think she was being very manipulative though.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Like 100%.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I'm down to 10%, just so we know.
Okay, let me do this last one because this one's short. So it says, am I the asshole to tell my girlfriend that it's weird that she wants to name our son after her dead ex?
What?
I would need more information.
Okay. So I am a 31-year-old male and my girlfriend is a 30-year-old female. Her ex-boyfriend passed away 7 years ago from sickle cell disease. They shared a son together who is 9 years old, and I adore him and look after him like he's my own. As for us, we began dating 3 years ago and everything has been going really great. She is currently 6 months pregnant and we're having a boy. We're both really excited, but there's a tension between us because she suggested that we name our son after her ex-boyfriend, which I instantly said no. That is definitely not happening. So she then asked if it could be his middle name because it would mean a lot to her. I told her that's extremely weird because our kid has absolutely no relation to her ex-boyfriend. And it's offensive to me to have our son named after a dead guy that she used to date. She got all shitty with me and said that I was disrespectful and wasn't taking her feelings into consideration, blah, blah, blah. Then she told me to remember that dead guy she used to date is the real father of her son. I don't think that's fair to rub that in my face. So now we're both pissed off at each other. I genuinely think that it was out of line for her to even ask me and not mention that it was inappropriate. Am I the asshole?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's-
I mean, especially with her being willing to compromise and do it the middle name, but like
Yeah.
he's like he has no relation to our child at all. Well, he does because it's his sibling's real father,
Yeah.
biological
So,
father.
I think it sounds like he's jealous of a dead guy.
Yeah,
I mean, to be honest though, I kind of get that. So like I think
get
the middle name, I think him, since it was like suggested, okay, what if it's a middle name? I think that since it was suggested as a middle name, that makes him the asshole. But in this situation, like it was a guy that in theory she would still be with to this day if he hadn't died. So I can absolutely see where he doesn't want his kid to have that guy's name as the first name because it is a relationship that like when somebody dies, you really only remember the good times with them. So it's kind of just like it was kind of one of those things where I was like, I can totally see where that would be.
I can understand not wanting the first name, but
Yeah.
her being willing to compromise and have it as the middle name.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I think that's a good compromise.
I think he's overreacting because he's jealous and insecure over someone that's not even here anymore.
the only thing that made it a little bit weird to me is that like they did have the other son that was hers with the boyfriend that died. So it was kind of like that part was a little weird to me because it's like I get where he's coming from. That's like, okay, this kid literally is not related to this guy at all. And like my thought would be, is it going to be weird for the other kid that like his dad's name is his brother's name? But I mean, even that is still not a reason to not memorialize, I guess, as a middle name.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I'm on the fence with this one. Like I probably also would have said no. It's the same thing where it's like if somebody said, like even a living boyfriend or girlfriend, like I've seen people that are like, I want to name my daughter after my ex-girlfriend and my wife is mad about it. Am I the asshole? And it's like, yeah, why do you want to name your daughter after your ex-girlfriend? Like, why would you do that? So it's kind of something like that where I don't even know that it would be necessarily insecurity so much as just like, why? I get why in this case, because it's like obviously, they had like a loving relationship, but it's still too weird for me and I wouldn't be able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
The kid already had that name. Totally fine, different story, but
Yeah.
Naming my kid with you after your dead ex, that's a pass.
I'd be okay with it as the middle name.
I would too. Yeah, I would be willing to compromise and do the middle name.
Yeah.
And I would be willing, it would show her that I love and respect how she feels and her emotions.
Yeah. The middle name I could do, the first name I absolutely couldn't. And like, it would just be a weird line for me where, especially if it's the middle name, because you have some people where it's like, yes, it's the middle name, but what if she decides to start just only calling the kid by that name? So that's where it could get dicey for me. Cause it's like, oh, we need him by his middle name and we're only going to call him that and you can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was, that's all the ones I have.
Okay.
So hope you guys enjoyed them. Let us know in the comments.
Thanks for joining us, Crystal.
Yes, thank you, Crystal.
We appreciate
Thanks
it.
for having me. I love it. I'm glad I got to be on your show. I like your
You
show.
can come anytime.
Yes.
Well, thank you.
Anytime you want to.
Well, thank you. I will. Well, y'all have a good night. Enjoy
You
your
too.
drinks.
Bye.
Bye.